The rest of this project is going to be kind of him going about his day, maybe. It's called Good Morning, so maybe just his morning routine. I don't know. Brushing his teeth, you know, just for, for 3 minutes of him just brushing his teeth.
Shutting haters up, feel like Kobe Bryant. Ring on every finger, feel like Kobe Bryant. I'll be selling out arenas, feel like Kobe Bryant. All time great, I feel like Kobe.
What is up, guys? It's Doug, and today we are back for another video. Now listen, I have been gone for a very long time because, as you can probably tell, I have moved, and it took us a very long time to get internet at the new place. If you're watching this, then that means that I've got internet, and you better be ready for a whole bunch of uploads because I'm gonna be recording a lot of content. There is a lot of music that I have to listen to that's come out. We're going to be reviewing Good AM by Mac Miller today. You guys asked for it. A lot of you said that it was probably his best work of art, and so we're going to listen to it. I'm excited to be back. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for clicking on this video. You guys got me to 800 subscribers. We're almost to 900. I know we can get there if you would just subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is Good AM by Mac Miller. Honestly, after swimming, I am very excited to listen to this because Mac Miller really surprised me with that project, and so I cannot wait to get into this. This is Doors. This is really interesting.
Good morning, baby.
Alright, so it's almost kind of like a skit, I think. He's waking up. Right, starts off with the alarm clock and someone saying good morning. There's really not a whole lot to say, you know. It's kind of just the intro to this project, but I thought the production was interesting. I thought he had kind of like a xylophone-ish sound that I thought was really cool. Singing, you know, of course, it's a very wavy sound. He has a very wavy feel to all of his music, so really mellow opener, which is cool because it's like he's opening up, so it's almost like he's coming out of a dream. I thought that was really dope. That's kind of my thoughts on that introduction. I thought it was cool. I liked how it's mellow and how it means he's waking up, and the rest of this project is going to be kind of him going about his day, maybe. It's called Good Morning, so maybe just his morning routine. I don't know. Brushing his teeth, you know, just for, for 3 minutes of him just brushing his teeth. It's a dope sample.
American ninja to these obstacles, no stopping me, we on the meadow. I'm too high, you can't reach me with the cell phone. No goodbyes, no hellos. Staring at the mother brand
Yeah, this is dope.
The war ain't winning, this shit's beginning. I'll be about Florida like Michigan, I got stats. They got opinions, I got facts. The bro left home, he came back.
Switch up. This is awesome. So that track was cool because of the way that it was produced, and that beat switch up towards the end was really nice, really soulful. I thought that it felt great to listen to sonically. I really liked the sample. I thought it was just a really fire track, in the way that the drum patterns were laid out and everything like that. It's called Brand Name. And from what I was able to pick out in the lyrics, it sounds like he's saying that he's the type of person who would much rather settle down with a wife and kids, just chill out with his friends, and that all the other stuff that he does that's in like the media where he's more, where he's acting out, you know, and doing the drugs and going out with multiple women and being flashy. I guess that he's saying that's just a brand name. That's just what his brand is, even though that's not who he is. I think that's kind of what I was able to pick out, but you guys can definitely let me know of your interpretations in the comments, because I'm sure I'm missing something. It's just one listen into the song, so yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a really cool track. This is Rush Hour. I know that cowbell from somewhere. Is that like the stock cowbell sound that every producer has ever? I think the most recent song that I've heard that cowbell in is Boot Up. If you haven't heard it, check it out. I think her name is Ella May. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's a great track. But the production, there's this cowbell in there that just sounds so generic, and I can hear it in this track. So I just thought that was funny. I think I have that same exact sound too. But yeah, so far, beat's pretty fire.
Every day, the more you give a fuck, progress unless you make money. Homie, we just started trying to elevate. Heaven on the rich, baby, get married to an over bitch. I be over shit. The world don't give a fuck about your loneliness. Now it's rush hour, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker.
This beat is so fire.
Bitch kissing bitch just like L&D. In the kitchen with biscuits, giving dinner sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, good morning. It's the babyface thumb.
Dope. Okay, so he's woken up, right? And now it's rush hour, right? So now it's like he's left the house and he's going to work, okay? And in this track, he explains how he started making money in 11th grade because he realized that the more you do, the less you wait. And he also realized that the more you work, the less you make. Which I'm assuming is he's talking about working for the man. He's talking about working under somebody and becoming a slave to a 9-to-5. And you can make somebody else millions and millions of dollars. Compared to them, you're making nothing, basically. He's talking about basically going to work, you know, his come up, rapping, and how he's hungry. He wants to grow up old and rich. And so this is him going to work at his craft, you know, working for himself, building something for himself and for his future. And that's where we're at right now in his day, basically, is him in rush hours, maybe stuck in traffic. I don't know. My interpretations could be totally off. I'm honestly not the greatest at breaking down lyrics. People like Sean C. are fantastic at breaking down and analyzing lyrics. Terrell Mallory also is fantastic at it. I analyze the musicality as a whole, so I'm really just giving my interpretation. It might not be the best, but if you guys have your own, definitely let me know in the comments. I know you guys will anyways, but like I want you guys to know that if you're iffy about whether or not you should comment what you think, you definitely should, because I like to know. And I try to get back to everybody as much as possible, so I appreciate all the feedback. 2 matches featuring Ab-Soul. Let's get it.
Lifetime, man, I see some shit. Yeah, I swear to God, I see some motherfucking shit.
Long story short, that's one of my long-term goals.
Nice.
Anatomy is platinum, gold is old. Letting my hair swing like booty tang. I know, roll that weed, nigga.
Shake that ass, ho.
Most dope, top dog off the beat.
This beat is so jazzy, it's awesome.
But I'm stronger, I'm a monster with the heart of a lion. Divide and conquer, walk on water, won't be long till I'm flying. This matter portrait, I'm a corner.
Oh. So in this track, basically the last track he explained how he's going to work and why he's going to work. In this track he's kind of explaining what he's wishing for as he's working, you know, what he wants his work to get for him, what he wants to achieve by doing this work. It's called 2 matches, and he says to blow out the candles and make a wish, so I'm assuming there's, you know, the matches are lighting these candles that he's blowing out as he's wishing for this success and for this fame and for this, the money that he'll achieve by working. That's my take on that. The track, I thought it was a great feature from Ab-Soul. I thought that the beat is just super smooth. It's really jazzy. It sounds a lot like a Kendrick Lamar beat, but I think that's because, and correct me if I'm wrong, I heard Ab-Soul mention Soundwave, who is a producer who produces a lot of Kendrick's music, and so that's why it has that really dope sound to it, and that might be why it sounds so similar, but correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was a great track. This is 100 Grandkids, so I'm assuming that once he reaches the success that he's wishing for, he's going to settle down and create, you know, his family, and he hopes for 100 grandkids. He hopes, I'm assuming that this is him thinking about the future, maybe while he's stuck in traffic during rush hour and going to work. And he's thinking about how right now success to him is making it to a point in life where he's rich and famous. And maybe at that point in life he'll realize that success is having maybe 100 grandkids and having a really big family and settling down and living that type of life. That's what I'm thinking, is that these couple of tracks have been him kind of daydreaming while he's sitting in traffic about to go to work, about what he wants, what he hopes for in the future. Whoa, yeah.
Hey.
Oh. So funky.
I'm just doing what I gotta, hit a man live, and it's all day. I'm a god, get a whole squad a job, get them all paid. Came a long way from all state, yeah. Evil to the devil, non-believers to a temple, shit. I can sell water to a speedboat.
Dang.
These apples is iconic, and put the whole in honest, baby. So so complicated. And I'm
He's really been rapping on this project so far.
back when I first made 100 grand.
The play on 100 grand and 100 grandkids is phenomenal.
Yeah, back when I first made 100 grand. Thought I was a shit.
Whoa!
When I first made 100 grand in the coat, made an armadillo. They haven't got the memo. Saying I'm a shit though. Trying to make
The guitar in this beat.
Tell me what you wanna be, what your dreams is.
That's a phenomenal track. The play on the first half where he's talking about making 100 grandkids for his mother in the future so that she can spoil them and be the grandmother to his children. And the second half where he's talking about when he made his first 100 grand and how he thought he was all of that, how he felt like he was the king. That contrast and the play on the word 100 grand and 100 grandkids is just awesome. I love the way that he structured that. And it did kind of confirm what I was thinking about him talking about the future, kind of daydreaming about the future and making these grandkids for his mother to spoil. But for right now, he's focused on feeling like the king, like the one who just wants to make the 100 grand for now. And in the future, he'll focus on making 100 grandkids. Really dope track. There are so many really cool images that he's painting for us right now. This project has been really cool so far, and I can tell why a lot of you guys wanted me to listen to this. This is Time Flies featuring Lil B. So it's called Time Flies, right? And he was talking about thinking about the future, and now I'm assuming he's going to be talking about how the future is going to be coming a lot faster than he's expecting. And the next track after that is Weekend. So right now I'm assuming he's at work and he's talking about how the time that he's at work is going to fly, right? And how maybe his fame, his success, his relevance in the hip-hop world is going to go by a lot faster than he's expecting, and he'll reach that point where he wants to make 100 grandkids sooner than he's expecting. Yeah, so that's what I think he's going to be talking about. How the future that he's planning for is going to be here a lot sooner than he expects. And at the same time, that means that he's at work and his work day will be over sooner than he expects. And then the next track is Weekend. So maybe he's going to work on a Friday and then now the next day is his day off. Either that or after work. You know, it's the weekend and he's going to go out. Which makes sense because the track after that is Clubhouse. So I want to roll. I don't think I've ever been this on point and on top of things as I am right now. You guys are witnessing history right now, so.
Mac Miller.
All of my homies used to get on my case like when you about to kill them. Soon as I'm out of millions and my girl sprouts some children. But I've been murdering, man. My mama told me never put it on a lotto. And I work for everything I get, that is my motto, fam. I'm going up before I skydive. You can see the way that time flies.
Watch this time go.
Going up before the sky dives. His rise and his fall.
You can't expect the unexpected. The dreams I manifested from my head into reality, they seem a bit excessive, but
see, so like I said, he was sitting in traffic, daydreaming, and then now he's talking about the dreams that he manifested into reality. So he's currently at work and manifesting his dreams into reality, and he's talking about how time flies. He's gonna go up before he skydives. So he's talking about his rise and his fall in relevancy, and at the same time talking about his day at work going by. Really cool, man. It's a really cool topic. It's a really cool topic to be rapping about, and it's a really cool thing where it really feels like we're going through a day with him.
I am the fireman. Shit, I'm way too fly to land. Yeah, I'm smoking weed all alone on the road, even though
I already told you what I think about the lyrics. The production was super cool. There were a couple, I don't know what sound it was that was being reversed. I think he took horns and reversed them. I don't know what sound that was, but the sound that he used in this beat was pretty cool. I don't know if he produced it. I know he produces a lot of his stuff, but I thought the drums were really cool. The bass line was super simple. It was understated, but it was really dope. That sound that he reversed, really cool. And then, of course, the horn that comes in later on to add that really jazzy feel to it, the soul to the track. I thought it was great. And now we are leaving work and this is the weekend. So now it's time for the fun. We've left work and we are going to party. Featuring Miguel, so it's gonna be dope.
yeah.
That's cool.
Broke
working hard and I was fuck that bitch. Getting high to deal with my problems. Fucking bitches getting drunk and shit, but these bitches getting obnoxious. Ain't nothing to me though, I love this shit. Really now. All the pain they causing, like fucking we ballin' out, everything straight.
Yeah.
Feeling, I'm chillin', just living, I'm getting away.
Wow.
We going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. We going out tonight, yeah, we going out.
He's confirming my theories. They're going out tonight. So they've left work and they're gonna go to the club to forget their stresses and their problems.
Battling his demons, wondering what's the thing that keeps me breathing. Is it money, fame, or neither? I've been thinking about the places that I frequent. Popping them dollars and drinking them powders. Faded.
Nice.
Get it over the counter, I'm stuck on the browser, like how did I make it?
Yeah.
Days I'm in, gotta get my hands up on ya. Wednesdays I'm lit with you, you know you're staying over. Thursdays I'm sick of you.
Nice. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that song. Thursday, I don't care about you, it's Friday, I'm in love. What song is that? It's an old one though. My parents used to listen to that track, dude. That's what this song reminds me of. That ending right there, featuring Miguel, where he was talking about the days of the week. I forget the name of the track, and I forget the days of the week and what they sing, but that's what that song reminded me of. I thought it was really dope. I thought the production was very unique. It felt like a very unique track off this project. None of these songs feel repetitive. None of these songs sound too much like the other, so it doesn't feel like it's getting boring. And again, confirming my theory of leaving work and going to the club. And then now the song is Clubhouse, so I'm assuming they're going to be at the club partying in this track. So let's get it.
Yeah, I done been through it all, every brick in the wall. Got a bitch in my car, but I'm trying to fuck. You ain't shit to the guy, need to get you a job. You live in the mall, bills pile up. Let a bitch slow down like dial up. She go down first, she climbing up. Wanna let me cut, tell her line it up. Little bit more.
The scratching is so dope.
And my name on the list, couple keys of uncut cocaine on the wrist. And I let my nuts hang on a bitch. All the money that we spend on champagne is ridiculous.
So now that he's gotten a little more recognition, his name is already on the list to get into the club. So like I said, Clubhouse. Makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite track off this project so far. I wasn't extremely interested by it. I thought the scratching was cool. I thought the production was cool. His delivery was really laid back. Almost a little too laid back for this type of beat, I think. I just wasn't really feeling this one, but it does go along with my theory about the whole project being a day in the life. And he's at the club, and now his name is on the list. He's gotten that recognition, and he's allowed in. And I thought that was a really cool idea, the continuation to his day. The next track is In the Bag. I don't know, by the name, I can't really tell what part of his day this might be, but we'll see. We'll see what he's got for us.
So this some music that make white people mad. Yeah, this shit the boy speakers out. This shit you dream about. You can never blow up talking demolition. That boy got the devil in him, swearing he an exorcism. I'm all by myself, got no competition. Keep it real.
This beat's crazy.
Never done with this shit. Here we go with that shit. Stressing, I ain't worried about nothing, don't trip. It's amazing you can show up back to school looking fresh, saying I don't know about you, but me, I'm important. I'm so bored. You got money in your.
So with this track, again, I don't know how necessary this track is. I think the beat is incredible. I think it's really great. It definitely knocks. I think the energy and the production is awesome. I think his delivery is cool. I can't really speak though to the necessity, to the relevancy of this track in the narrative so far. You know, because up until now it was all making sense, going through the day and going to work and being stuck in traffic and daydreaming while you're in traffic and then finally being at work and the time of your workday going by and then you leaving and going to relax and party at a club or whatever. Maybe this is still him at the club, you know, just going crazy and talking about how much money he has and the success that he's getting and being able to do anything he wants, basically. So maybe this is still him at the club, but I don't know where we're at if that actually is the case. Next track is Break the Law. So maybe he's leaving the club and maybe he's a little high or drunk, and by driving and going home he's breaking the law. So maybe this is him leaving the club, and then the next track is Perfect Circle. So maybe when he finally makes it home and goes to sleep, he wakes up again the next day and has another good morning and does it all again. Maybe. So Perfect Circle, that would make sense. So maybe, yeah, that track was just him still in the club, and then now he's leaving and breaking the law by doing so because he's driving while under the influence of alcohol and drugs.
Okay, I wake up with the taste of pussy still in my mouth. Bitch in my bed, homegirl still asleep on the couch. My head is banging like Shine, my aura gorgeous. Dinner with 40 courses, bunch of horny horses for the cake to formulate a fortune. More in the rich than horses, I am. Officers on patrol, they looking out for all the criminals. I've been a lot of things, I ain't getting money for the system, break the law. Getting money for the system, break the law. To a half ounce, then I turn it to a pound. Wow, turn that to a house. Wow, turn that to a career. How the fuck did I get here?
Okay, so this track starts off with him waking up. So I'm assuming then that this isn't him on his way home from the club. He made it home, fell asleep, and then this is the next day. He woke up with a girl in his bed and another one on the couch. He's riding around now the city, breaking the law, smoking most likely weed, and blowing the smoke out the window. The police are on the patrol looking for the criminals. And again, talking about his success, the money, the fame, and basically how he's allowed to do so because of his success, kind of. I mean, unless, of course, in one of these tracks he gets stopped by the police. A really cool, jazzy feel over a really solid drum pattern for the boom bap feel, and you know, he spits like crazy over this track. The hook is crazy. It's super catchy. It's a really cool song. It really is. It's not incredible, but it fits with the narrative. He woke up the next day after going crazy in the club. He's probably still under the effects a little bit of the drugs that he did the night before. And yeah, he's breaking the law now. Next is Perfect Circle / Godspeed. This track is like 8 minutes long.
I came for whoever is in charge. Just go and get yourself a weapon and a guard. They need some coffee, everybody sleeping on me. Going around door to door. Oh yeah. Well, what you do? Have you ever had a urge just for something to do? Can you drive rock circle? A lot of lies cover the truth. You got options. What do you do? Play. Broads of baton, pass it off like relay. Why I'm so mad on my B-day? She said, I thought you got sober. And I said, I wish you stopped being a bitch and get to minding your business. Told me.
So what I'm getting from this is, you know, in the beginning when he went to work and he was thinking about all the fame and the success that he was going to get, and then actually having gotten it, his days now go full circle, where it's just this cycle of wake up, work, make music, you know, and strive, keep striving to get even richer, and do a bunch of drugs, wake up, and do it again and again and again. And he's basically talking about how you've got options. When you're in this position, you've got options, and what are you going to do? Are you going to let your life go in this full circle where you just do a bunch of drugs, drink a bunch of liquor, and get stuck in this rut? That's what I'm taking from this, where basically he's breaking the law and driving around in a circle, just doing this day after day after day. That's my take on this track so far. That and the negative impact that his lifestyle, this circle that he's stuck in, is having on the people around him. You know, his girlfriend and people like that, people who are close to him. See, he went from having his girl wake him up in the beginning of the project and saying good morning, to getting rich and famous and basically living this really crazy lifestyle and having nobody wake him up, and wake up with the girls all in his house and driving around breaking the law. And in this track he says, you know, I went from having a good morning when I woke up to having to thank God that I woke up. Would you remember me if I never woke up? So this is the cycle that this lifestyle is going to lead him to, is from having good mornings to having to thank God for being able to wake up because of the lifestyle that you live, to one day not waking up.
Oh yeah, I thought I have it figured out by by now. Sure would be simple, problems will be in the past by now. Me and the homies will be sitting on millions, reminiscing on times when we were so broken, living in Oakland, chilling.
Yeah. See, so he's talking about back when he was stuck in traffic and daydreaming about his future. He said that by now I thought that we'd be ready to settle down and have the 100 grandkids. Sorry about that, but I thought we'd be able to settle down and have the 100 grandkids, but instead the course that I've taken in life has made it so that I don't have it figured out and I'm not ready to settle down yet.
Where all my people worry free and everybody straight. Every devil don't got horns, every hero ain't got capes. Opened up my eyes, shit, I'm finally awake. Good morning.
Nice. He's woken up from the rut that he's in, basically. I thought that was a really solid track. I think that it's really cool the way that he's tying this all together. By having his life go in circles and then wake up from the rut that he was stuck in, I thought that that was really cool. The production was very solid. Really, really interesting way that this project has turned out so far. I'm definitely enjoying this. Next track is When in Rome.
All the freaks coming out when the sun down. Hating on it, I don't give a fuck now. Bad little bitch with a tongue out. Told her go along, it's a touchdown. When it wrong, when it wrong, when it wrong. Up with a rat cat, I'm trying to go and see the Coliseum. When I die, they better build a mausoleum. I don't know. Man, I've been working, said I'm the greatest. Now that I'm certain, Benzo the latest. Drunk and I'm swerving, I'm going ape shit on all of my verses. Fuck being famous.
Crazy track, dude. The energy on that track is incredible. It is crazy to hear Mac that fired up in his performance. You know, normally he's been pretty laid back on almost everything that I've ever heard from him. So to hear that and to hear that versatility is really interesting. It's really cool. This production is insane. It's called When in Rome, so I'm assuming, you know, it's about when he has that fame and that success, and how when you achieve that fame and that success, it's so easy to just do what everyone else is doing, because when in Rome, you know, do as the Romans do. And it's crazy how easily you can get tied up in that sort of lifestyle, and I think that that's what he's talking about here. How easily you can lose yourself in that type of lifestyle when you have that level of recognition and fame and success and money and all of that. So again, really interesting. It fits with the theme of the good morning, when you wake up from the rut, from the reality that you were living, and you realize, you know, you're woke now, and you start to see all the things around you. Next track is ROS, Rose, maybe, I don't know.
I can't really tell, what is the spell you put me under? Your love's not too kind to me.
So is he repairing his relationship with the people that are close to him after waking up?
Yeah, you got your stained glass iris, diamond behind your eyelids, little pilot fly. My heart skip a beat like a scratch CD. You what you afraid of, I'll spit you my favorite verses.
Nice.
My love, yeah. And I know that nothing lasts forever. But now that I am ready, you not. You up and left me. Hope your new man make you laugh like I do. I do not mean to worry you.
So we see Mac trying to repair this relationship that he ruined by living that reckless lifestyle that he was living when he got caught up doing what the Romans do. And it might be past the point of no return. You know, she left him and she's with another guy now, and he's kind of lamenting the fact that, you know, nothing lasts forever, but forever won't be the same without her love. It's a cool track. I think it's very smooth. I love the vibe that it's got to it. Next track is Cut the Check featuring Chief Keef. Let's go.
I'm a motherfucking cut the check. I'm a working motherfucker, need a death shit. I don't got a heart, I don't even need a chest. I'm a mess.
Ooh.
Cut the check. I'ma get it till there ain't shit left to get. No stress, running suicides, don't even break a sweat. I'm a threat, code red when your line get pressed.
Undefeated, walked up and then split the shot, then I'm leaving.
Yeah. That bass is so crazy.
Pull me over, they gon' wanna take the beat, but I'ma do this dash. Y'all was telling police, now I wrestle with the racks, bitch, I'm Mick Foley. Shit made me go ooh, like Rick Floyd. I mean Rick Flair, bitch, why big player.
So, if I'm being honest, that track was cool. The bass line's really dope. It's a very energetic track. Chief Keef is a really cool feature to have on this track, but I don't really think that it's necessary. I don't think that it fit too well with the rest of the project. I don't really feel like it added to the experience that I'm having listening to this project, if that makes any sense at all. Next track is Ascension. Oh, that sample.
I saw a mountain, you know,
across the horizon now. For a price, all I need is a little good pussy and a whole lot of universe. I met God before I ever stepped into a church, and that motherfucker still owe me money. What's the brand on me? Okay, if I can tell these kids one thing is make sure you handle your business. A criminal leave no witness. That shit fascinates me. Yeah, on my tongue where the tab is, and it burn like battery acid. I was in the backs of my classes.
You know, it's funny because this song is called Ascension, but it almost sounds like he's coming down this entire track. You know what I mean? He's coming down off of a high. It sounds so smooth. It sounds like he's descending. You know what I mean? Especially with Cut the Check being right before it, where it's so energetic and so upbeat. This one's just a hard left. And it sounds like he's coming down off of that rush. I think the production on that is what stands out the most to me. You know, I mean, Mac Miller could have just hummed the entire song and I would have enjoyed it just as much, because that production is just so smooth. It's so dreamy. I really loved the production on this track. Yeah, you know, in the narrative of the entire project, working hard to get somewhere and then getting there and losing yourself in it, and then waking up from that rut, living your life in circles. You know, this is almost like when you wake up and you're coming down off of that high, that rush that you were living in. You know, really cool. This is Jump.
Who's that on the other end of the phone? Didn't hear nothing when I said my hello. Oh well, to hell down we go. So high looking at heavy and below. You know me though, from coast to coast, we're smoking dope. Overdose with the Holy Ghost, but chosen one. Looking all around, what has the world become? You know the way to change it is to burn it to the ground.
This is crazy. That sounds like Mac Miller made a song and then somebody remixed it. And that's what that was.
Need that check, gon' get the waiter. Fuck control, it's destruction mode, and these explosions don't need detonators. I met my maker in the elevator. He was we gon' make it here. Live free tonight to the day up here. Let's sit back right where we at. Just one back.
So this is almost like, now that he's woken up, he's willing to take these leaps of faith, and he's willing to jump to see if now he'll really fly. You know, now that he's woken up and he's out of this rut, maybe now he'll have true success and he'll find what actual happiness is. You know, he's going to keep working, he's going to keep getting stuck in traffic, and he's going to keep dreaming about what he's going to be doing in the future. But this time he's not going to get stuck in that rut going around in circles doing what the Romans do. And he's going to find happiness being himself in this game as an artist, as a musician. That's kind of what this track meant to me, you know, that now that he's finally finding himself, coming out of that and waking up to this good morning, he's willing to take that leap and to jump. Really cool, the fact that track can mean so much when you can just listen to it superficially and just hear a really cool, fun song. But when you put it in context of the whole album, and you can draw that from this track, it's really cool. This is the last track. It's called The Festival, featuring Little Dragon. These beats have all been super creative too.
Ask God if she believe in me, and will she accept me as deity and tell me the secrecy won't keep her free. I'm sleeping, won't dream until the demons leave. I took a nap, it has to be, cause actually the master fast asleep in the castle's back in his private quarters. That's a master for you, that's a revolution, we don't have no order. All this torture gonna happen.
My hands gonna be in the clouds on the cloud thunder, looking down while you're running around. I lift you up while you drown, take the fever dripping from the sky.
This is almost like a lullaby. It almost feels like falling asleep at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Which is cool because it fits in with the whole theory of this whole project so far. This isn't making much sense to me, this drawn out ending. The song's over, guys. Let's just go.
I told my wife, I'm so proud of you. I told my girlfriend, I'm so proud of you.
That last track felt like falling asleep at the end of the day. To close the album out, with him waking up in the first track and falling asleep in the last track. That's at least what I feel like that song was. That's what it felt like. If we're going to talk about the track itself instead of what it symbolizes, the falling asleep, the end of the day. The track itself is nothing too special. The production is really chill. It doesn't really have much replayability to it. The ending is really drawn out. The little skit at the end could have been played a couple, 40 seconds earlier. That would have been better. But it was really funny, So that's the track itself. But the project as a whole is such an interesting concept because it's basically a day, right? First track, wake up. Last track, go to sleep. And it's a day of self-discovery. It's a day of awakenings in more than one sense. You wake up physically in the first track, and throughout your day, you get stuck in traffic, you daydream about where the work that you're doing is going to take you, and the success that you're going to be able to have, financially, and the wealth and the fame and the riches, and to be able to have, 100 grandkids for your mom to be the grandmother to, and so she can spoil them. And all of a sudden you're drawn back to reality because, you're daydreaming in traffic, but you've got to actually work today. And so during the work day, in the now, you're making money and you feel like you're the man, and you've got all this other stuff on your mind. You want to party, you want to go out after work to the club, and you want to, wake up with girls all around you, and you want to do all these drugs and drink and just live this lifestyle as the Romans do when they've got success, when they've got fame and money and power. And it basically ruins him. His girl leaves him, he feels like he's disappointed his family, the people closest to him. And he wakes up from that rut in the day, in one day he manages to realize how the road that he's on can lead to destruction, and he wakes up from that. And he tries to reconnect himself with, other people, but his girl now has another guy, and he realizes now that forever is not going to be the same without her. And he's lamenting the fact that he's ruined that relationship, but he's open to new ones. And you get to jump, and now that he's awakened, he's got messages for the kids, he's got advice, he's woke. He woke up and he sees his life for what it is, and he sees opportunities in front of him now, risks that he might have to take, but he's willing to make the jump to get actual happiness and power and fame and wealth, and not live according to what most people do, and to be himself. And he's willing to take those risks and make that jump to get it. And then at the end of the day, he goes back to sleep, and it's a really crazy ride, this project. I'm so glad that I listened to this album. I think it is beautifully put together. It tells a really cool story. It's got a really great message to it, to never stop dreaming, be yourself, and to not try to blend in with everybody when you do achieve what you are striving for, because you will, as long as you put in the work necessary. It's got an awesome message. Mac Miller, props to you. This album is fantastic. It's definitely going to be in rotation for me, for years to come. I think it's awesome. I'm so thankful to you guys for recommending this project to me. I hope you guys enjoyed my take on it. Let me know what you guys think about this project in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Hit me up on all my social media. It's all on screen. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're about coming up and bringing others with us. If you're about that too, this is the perfect place for you. Our goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're so close. I can taste it. That's weird, but we're close, and we would love to have you if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much for the support. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the content that is coming out in the next couple of days. It's like I said, it's a lot of videos. The Divine Feminine is next, so for all you Mac Miller fans, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's really it. I had a blast. Thank you guys. See you soon. Peace.